Is Biden really going to get replaced? Let's take a look at this video clip that talks about it.
Verbal or life.
Now, these are great presidential elections coming up 2024. And now they're talking about replacing Biden because the old man is really making a bunch of mistakes. So I'm thinking it might be true. He might get replaced. Let's take a look at this video that talks about it. And it shows the mistakes he's been making lately. Crazy. Here we go.
People do better. We have the highest unemployment, lowest unemployment rate in 50 years. We have more people. We've had over 15 million people brand new hired into the workforce.
It was utterly surreal. Obama sat there shocked as Biden incoherently babbled throughout his Hollywood fundraiser. And then, of course, the most embarrassing, humiliating image in them all, Biden being physically led off stage after he clearly froze in front of the audience. It was his Mitch McConnell moment, and the whole world saw it. And so, of course, this is raising the question, will Biden finally be replaced? Will he be forced to step aside? That is exactly what we're going to find out in this video. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve.
Let me pause it right there. He should get replaced because the man is really embarrassing the United States of America in front of all the politicians. But also, if this is your first time on the video, make sure to hit that like. Make sure to join me. My name is Noel, battling MS, here at verbalonlife. Just trying to create a voice and put out my opinion out there. And also wanting you guys to put your opinions out there in the comment section below so we all can have a voice. All right, let's take a look. This is Dr. Steve Curley. He always has good reports. Let's see what he said.
Apparent pattern of concern hitting the headlines as of today. Take a look at this from the New York Post. What's interesting here is that this is coming from Piers Morgan, okay, a self-described liberal. The Obama-Biden arm grab wasn't just a senior moment. It was the moment everyone realized the president's not fit for office. And of course, Morgan goes on to say what virtually every single poll out there says: Biden's age and senility are indeed a concern for the vast majority of the nation, as they ought to be. And that concern is now terrifying Democrat operatives, especially those in the legacy media. Take a look at a sample of the headlines that are out as of today. Look at this. The Washington Post. Democrats are wrestling with an age-old problem. Perhaps Hillary can come to the rescue. The Hill. If Biden doesn't ace the first debate, he may be replaced at the convention. The Boston Herald. Could Democrats be secretly plotting to replace Joe Biden? Are you seeing a pattern here? I mean, we can keep going on and on and on. Business Insider. Here are 7 Democrats who can replace Biden if he drops out of 2024. And the Daily Mail, secret Democrat plot to replace Biden revealed. In short, as of today, the replacement theory is taking on a whole new meaning. There is no question that the desperation that marked the mainstream media's attempts at gaslighting what we all saw with our own eyes over the last 2 weeks, starting with poopy pants at the D-Day ceremonies in France, to being physically redirected by Italy's Giorgia Meloni at the G7, to being physically led off the stage by Obama at that Hollywood fundraiser. There is no question. More and more pundits are openly admitting that the Democrats do, in fact, have an age-old problem. Now, again, I've been predicting something like this on this channel for months now.
I'll say this much. There's only, 6 months left between now and the elections, or 5 months? I don't think there's enough time to just throw somebody in there last minute. And that means that media will have to do all the politicking and all the talking to try to convince you, the viewer, to go with the Democratic pick. So I think it's a lot of work, but I don't know if it's worth it. So they might be stuck with Biden.
The refrain that I've offered is that Biden's age and senility are his political Achilles heel. It's not the economy, as bad as it is. It's not inflation. It's not the southern border, as horrific as it is. It's not the violent crime. It's not the threat of nuclear war. Those are all bad enough. But there's an underlying subtext to all those issues, and that's Biden's painfully obvious degenerative senility. This is Biden's ultimate Achilles heel. And the reason for that is simple. All these other issues can be reversed. The economy can be reversed. The border can be reversed, right? Inflation can be reversed. Biden's disastrous foreign policy can be reversed. Any and all issues can be reversed. They can be rectified, except his senility. His age and senility are the only things in this campaign that have no possibility of reversing themselves.
And also during the debate, June 27th, coming up, today's June 19th, we are really going to see for ourselves, like, we got to believe our eyes, where Biden really stands. I think it's going to be an unbelievable debate. And at that point is where everybody's going to make their mind up. Well, no, not everybody, but a lot of people.
This is Biden's Achilles heel. And the Democrats and the legacy media increasingly know it. They know voters are not going to reelect a president they believe is not cognitively fit for the job. They know that. That's why the media is spending so much time and energy lying to you, trying to gaslight you into thinking you're not seeing what you obviously see. They know if most voters believe Biden has dementia, he's not getting reelected. And so they're doing absolutely everything they could possibly do to get you to believe them over your own eyes. And obviously it's not working. And the proof of it is not just the polls. The proof of it is that more and more of these reports coming out openly admitting that the Democrats are desperately trying to do something to stop this train wreck from happening in November. Look, here's the bottom line. Biden's approval rating is in the tank. Okay, he's consistently polling in the mid-30s. Now, you've got to get this. No one has been reelected with approval ratings in the 30s. There's just no way around that, no matter how much shenanigans they pull off. Can that change? Well, according to Nate Silver of 538, his approval rating, his low approval rating, is inextricably tied to perceptions of his senility. And his senility cannot change. So to the extent that Biden's low approval ratings are tied to his cognitive decline, there's not going to be any real change. And so
I'm surprised that there's not like smart Democrats that just say, hey, we do have a problem here, let's switch it up. Or let's do something about this. They just seem to be coasting and letting things happen. So we are living in some crazy, scary times.
in light of that, there are now more and more reports that Democrat operatives are indeed looking for ways to get rid of him and replace him with someone more politically viable. The Daily Mail is reporting that Democrat strategists are openly talking about a plan B if Biden blows the upcoming debate next week. If Biden comes across as senile and confused, they're even now mobilizing the four key figures of the Democratic Party, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, to unanimously come together to convince Biden's handlers that he needs to step aside for someone else. Columnist Joe Klein is coming out openly saying that the Democrats need to find an anti-Biden.
And it's crazy that they got to convince Biden's handler, not Biden. You know, it's like everybody admits that Biden doesn't really have too much say on what to do and how to move. So the handlers are the ones that got to do something about it. That's crazy.
Someone young and vigorous who could inspire the nation with Obama-like oratory. And what's so interesting here is that the Democrats have planned to nominate Joe Biden formally as their candidate virtually before the Democrat convention. And the excuse for that was so that they could nominate him before the Ohio deadline in early August to be placed on the ballot. The convention is after the deadline. So Democrat operatives decide to have a virtual nomination process beforehand. But the Daily Mail is saying that there's a whole other reason for that virtual nomination process. And that's to make it easier to nominate someone else without all the drama and debate and unrest that would accompany that process were it done at the convention. Very, very interesting stuff. Look, even with more and more calls to replace Joe, there are more and more revelations that that would be virtually impossible at this point. Remember, we're actually about 30 days away from when the election process begins. The printing up of ballots, the putting names on ballots, registering as an official candidate, all of that kind of stuff. It begins in about a month. And once that process begins, more and more pundits are admitting it's virtually impossible to reverse it and replace Sleepy Joe. It does look like the Democrats are stuck with him. And thereby, they are comparably stuck with the disastrous results come November.
You know what? These Democrats are evil. So they're not just going to let the elections go. I think they're going to try everything to try to get a win. So it's going to be some interesting presidential election. I don't know how Trump is going to pull it off, but just know that we're going to get the best of the best to come up against Trump. All right, I'm going to leave it there. And what do you think? Do you think that they're going to replace Biden, or do you think they're going to run with him all the way to the election? We are living in some crazy times, and we're seeing some crazy things when it comes to presidential elections. And I love this. I'm glad to be alive, you know? Let me give a quick shout out to the 10,690. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, 10,960 subscribers. Keep me motivated. Keep me posting these videos. All right, keep you guys updated as to what's going on out there. And you know my take. I'm a Trump supporter. Hope the man takes it all the way. And we're finding some evil people that are evil enough to put that old man on the front, trying to get him elected. So that's kind of evil for him. That man looks like he's not in control of all his agencies, like they say. But with that said, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're still watching. And let's try to get the voice out to more and more people. All right. With that said, my name is Noel, battling MS, here at Verbal on Life. See you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Verbal on life.
Buonasera Presidente Biden. Presidente. Good evening, Mr. President Biden. President. Here we are, Presidente Biden. Qui.
Here?
Yes. Good evening. Buonasera.
As
Yes.
I said to the President of Israel,
Sì.
Mikhail Gorbachev.
No, non è Gorbachev il Presidente dell'Israele, no.
Sorry, Michael Jordan.
No.
When he went to the moon
Quando è andato sulla Luna,
and he was shot from Dallas.
ma non hanno sparato a lui a Dallas, quello è Kennedy. No, sia fermo, Presidente. Presidente.
Long shot from Dallas to the moon.
Si sta confondendo con Kennedy.
40 millions.
Sì.
Miles. 40.
Vabbè, ma non è lui, Presidente. Mr. President.
His wife
La moglie?
tried to bring him
No, ma quello è Kennedy.
into the cabriolet. Do you?
No, sta facendo confusione, Presidente. Sta facendo confusione, evidente.
Sorry.
Sì.
It wasn't the moon.
Non è andato
It
sulla
was
Luna.
Mars.
No.
Mars Attack.
Ma che Mars Attack? No.
Beautiful film
Where
Netanyahu sang
No, ma Netanyahu è il Presidente di Israele. Non cantava. Over.
the garage.
No, The Rainbow era. Vabbè.
He's opening by this.
Cosa fa? Dove va, Presidente? Cosa fa? Presidente? Mr. President. Quiet. No. Where are you going? Stay quiet. Ecco. Ok. No. Please. Cosa sta dicendo? Cosa sta facendo? What are you doing? Quella è la valigetta dei codici atomici, quella.
No.
Lei non sta bene?
No.
Gliel'hanno fatto grosso.
I forgot to take the pills.
No, ma non sono le pillole, non sono
Now
le
I
medicine.
called the nurse.
No.